As Astral Dismay approaches release, I thought I would update you on some of the new content that's being tested and is expected upon release. We have a large range of topics to cover in terms of content, ranging from 2 new subjects, 6 new entities, each with a whole new mechanic of their own, and an entire weather system. We'll start by covering the 2 new subjects. These are Eladio and Sable. Eladio has 100 health, 2 intelligence, 3 speed, 3 stamina, and 4 stealth, while also having an ability titled Cloak. This ability does the following. Cloak all teammates within a 40 stud AoE for 5 seconds. Gain 40 stamina per teammate cloaked and has a cooldown of 75 seconds. Sable has 100 health, 4 intelligence, 2 speed, 3 stamina, and 3 stealth, while also having an ability titled Prowess Relay. This ability does the following. Link yourself to a teammate, increasing your teammate's intelligence by 1 point while increasing both of your repair speeds by 25%. In terms of entities, there's a wide range of new entities that have been added, and these make gameplay really interesting. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled as some of these entities can be dangerous. These entities are as follows. Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor falls in a common rarity with average vision, average aggravation, and slow speed. Plague Doctor is described in the Encyclopedia as a figure draped in a black cloak who stalks the shadows. His mask hiding a face twisted with malice. Whispering promises of a cure, he wields his cane, ready to deliver a fate worse than death. Keep an eye out, he may throw his beakers contained with a menacious liquid, plaguing your tasks or perhaps even you. The Plague Doctor throws potions, which form a chemical-infused cloud where they land that deal damage over time, typically dealing -2 HP a second. These clouds will last for 20 seconds before dissipating. It's recommended to try and lure the Plague Doctor away from the tasks and such, as he can repeatedly deploy poison beakers on the task, preventing you from completing them. Reaper. Reaper is a common rarity with average vision, average aggravation, and slow speed. The Reaper is described in the Encyclopedia as the Reaper carries a massive scythe, each swing carrying the weight of inevitable doom. He's always actively looking for pure souls to join him in the underworld, and those who were once on your side become a threat to you just like that. Each ghost that roams inflicts a different subject stat debuff onto those within range, the debuff dependent on the color of the ghost. Reaper summons the ghosts of dead subjects regardless of where they died. The ghosts have 4 possible types depending on the deceased subject's skill set. The possible options are intelligence, speed, stamina, and stealth. The ghosts have an AoE to them and do not attack, but rather passively debuff their corresponding stat to all subjects in their range. Reaper is slow, and therefore it makes him easier to avoid. Knight. Knight is an uncommon rarity with average vision, average aggravation, and average speed. Knight is described in the Encyclopedia as the Knight stands like a shadow of forgotten glory, the once prestigious castle abandoned ever since the chaos of the king's assassination. Behind his helmet, his eyes burn with an unholy light, and his blade drips with the essence of countless fallen souls. He may appear slow, but his years of mastered agility allow him to dash from one point to another in just an instant. Knight will dash in a linear fashion, and a sound plays as he dashes, which can be avoided with a quick reaction time. He's harder to evade in close counters, but causing him to dash into the open may lead him to unintentionally create distance if properly executed. Omniscient. Omniscient is an uncommon rarity with average vision, average aggravation, and fast speed. Omniscient is described in the Encyclopedia as the Omniscient looms in the darkness, its veiny surface twitching with unnatural life, its unblinking gaze piercing every shadow, as if seeing into the very depths of your soul. Coming into range with this being has caused people to hallucinate, and prolonged proximity for more than 8 seconds has caused blindness and heavy debuffs on speed. The Omniscient will teleport to a random patrol waypoint for a randomized duration that ranges from 20 to 60 seconds. If a subject enters their range, they will face on-screen hallucinations, and if they remain in the range longer than 8 seconds, they will be debuffed with blindness and receive a significant speed debuff. There's not much to counter here, but it's recommended to just avoid this entity where possible. Electra. Electra is a rare rarity with far vision, average aggravation, and average speed. Electra is described in the Encyclopedia as Electra is an ethereal being composed of crackling electricity and swirling wind, gliding effortlessly through the air with an ever-present aura of kinetic energy. She grants a damage boost to nearby allies while raining dodgeable ranged attacks upon foes, dynamically following the rarest entity in her vicinity with unmatched precision. Electra follows the entity with the highest rarity depending on who she spawns with, providing an AoE buff to all entities in range and granting a 50% damage buff. Electra can also shoot dodgeable projectiles from the sky that deal 30 damage. It's recommended to use cover when Electra is present, as she has far vision and may snipe you if you're not cautious. Detonator. Detonator is a rare entity with far vision, high aggravation, and slow speed. Detonator is described in the Encyclopedia as Detonator is a rogue robotic entity, once a bomb-defusing machine, now a harbinger of chaos after a critical malfunction. It strategically places landmines that can be defused but will detonate with devastating force if triggered. With every collision, Detonator unleashes a powerful blast, sending foes flying away in its relentless path. Detonator places landmines that will explode when stepped on, ragdolling anyone in range. Landmines can be defused but will still explode a few seconds after being defused, meaning subjects will need to clear the area after defusing. The Detonator will also blast back anybody that is directly hit, leaving them ragdolled for 3 seconds but granting 5 seconds of iframes. To provide adequate time time to recover and make distance. Make sure to pay attention to the ground with Detonator to ensure that you don't accidentally stumble into a landmine, especially in locations where you wouldn't expect them, such as the ship. Alongside the new entities, weather modifiers have been added as a new mechanic. There's currently a few varieties of weather modifiers, and these are as follows. Normal. This is the standard condition for Astral Dismay destinations. This provides no obstruction to visuals and is the baseline for clear weather. This generates with a weight of 80. Rain. Rain is a condition that generates with a weight of 40 and causes the player to experience minimal difference. It's recommended for players to play as usual here, but pay more attention to the sounds as rain makes a sound too. Fog. Fog is a condition that generates with a weight of 30 and causes the player to experience vision obstruction. It's recommended for players to be more cautious when encountering fog as your vision is obstructed. Rain with fog. Rain with fog is a condition that generates with a weight of 25 and causes the player to experience the typical visual obstruction of fog with the sounds of rain. It's recommended for players to play more cautiously here, paying further attention to their surroundings and audio. Electra's Special Thunderstorm. Electra's Thunderstorm is a special occurring weather modifier which is associated with Electra. This occurs on every destination where Electra is present. This causes the player to experience storm sounds, a combination of thunder and rain, while also causing them to see lightning frequently. It's recommended for players to pay attention as the thunder and lightning can be distracting but also mean that if you're not listening closely, you may miss important audio cues. And that's all from this video. As Astral Dismay draws closer to release, a bunch of changes are being made to ensure that the game is in an adequate state, but this is all the content that you can expect upon release. It's estimated that the game will be releasing early 2025 and I'm really looking forward to it. Astral Dismay's Discord server is still open and I'll add the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to join my Discord to interact with the community, suggest future videos, ask questions, and so much more. That's all from me for now, and I'll see you guys next time.